Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lo-Fi Podcast. You're listening to the best podcast on the internet. Woo! I'm your host Frank, and today we've got Rick.
Yeah!
We've got Caleb.
You got me?
Yeah! And we're here today to talk about all the views we've been missing out on the past 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Been a while since I've gone.
God, I was like this close to following you down that road, bro. No, sir. No, sir.
No.
You wanted to. You wanted to, because it's such a good song.
Yeah, it was.
It's a 90s classic.
It's not 90s?
Or it's like early 2000s.
It's like early 2000s.
Early 2000s classic.
Yeah. Now you're in the boat.
It's like that area. I always get those songs confused. The early 90s to late 90s, early 2000s. All those songs kind of mix.
Yeah.
Like Incubus, like Drive. I'm like, what was that, 99 or was that 2000?
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think it's 99,
Yeah.
if I'm
I
not
think
mistaken.
it's 90s.
I don't know.
But a lot of those
It was
songs
right,
like,
there, man.
they're
It
all
was right there.
together.
All of it, you know.
Toxic. What is that, 2000?
No, that's definitely 2000s.
That's 2000s. That's for sure
2000s. That's for
2000s.
sure.
What about
2000s.
Fuel? That was like
That's-
2000, right?
No, that's 90s.
Leave life bleeding in my hand. That was
Fuel?
2000s, wasn't it?
Oh, I think you're talking Metallica Fuel.
Oh,
Give
no,
me fuel,
no.
give me fire, give me that time.
No.
Yeah,
No, I'm going along the line of these like fucking just all these like middling rock bands that were happening around the 2000s. Hey, they weren't middling then. Maybe now, but not then.
I mean, then too.
I mean, they were.
They
good.
had their one hit.
Their album, a lot of the first album was great.
Are we still talking about the band Fuel?
No, we're talking
What are we
about.
talking about?
Did you say Stained?
I did say Stained,
Yeah, we're
but I
talking
didn't know
about
who you were talking about.
Oh yeah, no, Stained.
Yeah, Stained is good.
Yeah, first
Yeah,
album was great.
I like their first two. I think once you get to that, what was it? The like gray one.
Was
or
Break the
whatever
Cycle
fuck?
the second one?
I think so. Yeah. Right? No,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
Because Dysfunction was the second one.
Was it?
I think so.
They had one before this one.
I can't
Yeah,
confirm.
it was very.
Can't confirm.
It was like
Nor can I deny.
It was pre-family values.
Yeah.
It was like one of those like, it's not really a, but considered.
Yeah.
And yeah, after Break the Cycle, basically. After that, it's
Same. I was
there's like one or two maybe of every album that I'll pick, but like the other two, every fucking one of those songs.
Yeah,
I
those were
love.
real good.
For sure. I was so waiting for you to like continue.
I was gonna continue. I was gonna be like, brought to you by Warp Tour, like just fucking, like
Warped
this
Tour.
fucking
Vans.
yeah, just fucking
Vans,
Vans, and Tony Hawk's
When
gonna
I
be
think
there.
of Warp Tour, I think of Paramore. That's the first band I think of.
Why?
I don't know why. I just could. Like,
I don't know. I think
feel
of
they
like
were birthed
I
out
think
of
So
that.
weird.
I think
that
of,
just
like-
pops in your head.
I don't know why.
I go with like Sum 41 and
Yeah, Sum
Yeah,
41 is the
that's
second
what I
one.
would
I think
say,
of
right,
Paramore
like-
and Sum 41 are my top two Warp Tour like headliners.
Yeah.
I used to love
90s
Lee
and
Williams.
early 2000s.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Paramore's like later 2000s.
Some
Yeah.
41.
so
Sum
bad.
41.
What's that guy doing?
I
now?
liked them because they used to be on the skating games. So I'm like, this is
Oh
cool.
yeah,
I did
right.
not.
Were they in the rollerblading ones? They made a ton.
Rollerblading games.
There was a rollerblading game,
Was.
bro.
That one was good.
Yeah,
The soundtrack was all right, but
Yeah.
Tony Hawk had the best fucking
Yeah,
soundtrack.
always.
Always.
Oh yeah.
So during that time, guys, it's been fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's happened.
What's happened?
What's happened?
Well, let's get to those headlines. So, a lot of stuff's happened. Let's start with the big one.
The big one.
Disney Plus is here.
Disney
right.
Plus is here.
We've been talking about it for what? Months.
Ever.
Probably.
Since we started this podcast.
That's what it feels like, man. Like it's been that long.
Has it?
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
been
think
a
that's
while.
true. I feel like they announced it
Like months
a
ago.
couple months ago, and
months
now
ago.
it's here.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we've had a little bit of time to kind of take a look at it, right, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Just
Yeah.
first impressions.
Browsed around.
Yeah, before we can talk about like the stuff we're gonna talk about, which is the looming pink elephant in the room, Mandalorian.
Oh,
Just
like there's something
in
bad?
general, what y'all think of like the library, the UI, and stuff like that.
I liked it. I I'm gonna steal your thunder here, but the little fucking like when you highlight the shit and then it like brings out the little
like the categories, right?
And
you go like Pixar, and it's got like the Toy Story like clouds just kind of floating up. Just that little like just animation that's happening. I was like, that's so great, man. The Star Wars, is the stars coming at you and stuff. I liked it. It was a nice little touch. Features I find missing though is like, I mean, it will pick up like where you last were on a video, but it doesn't really necessarily like show you a progress bar. I don't think, does it, until you get in there or something?
I don't think there's even
with it too much. To be honest,
even like a
there's not even
what you
like
watched
what you were
last or something.
Yeah, there's
right?
not even
or
what you
now.
watched. Yeah, what you're watching now is not there.
Yeah,
like, continue watching.
Yeah,
the
there you go.
thing.
And there's kind of like features like that. I feel like that are
it's still a bit
quality
janky,
of life. Yeah,
I would say, because I was watching the Forky shorts or whatever, and I would
we're for your kid, right?
Yeah.
It's okay, man.
No, actually,
we were there too, Caleb.
No,
we were there. Right? It might have been your Gabba Gabba for me at my time. It's your time now. You're doing Paw Patrol. You're doing
Paw Patrol,
you're doing
for
Forky
sure.
Adventures.
Well, no, actually, I showed my class Forky like all day today, just because I was like, I have nothing to do today. So watch Forky videos and Toy Story 4.
Oh my god!
So, but the weird thing was, so once the new class began, I would go back to it, and it would start in the middle of the episode, even though I finished each episode.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's weird.
So still
a bit janky.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, the library's cool. They announced the library, but once you're like there and you see it, like, oh yeah,
that's great, man.
You see the thumbnails, you're like, oh, I'm excited.
I put them all in there. I was like, I'm gonna get gargoyles in there and Goof Troop, and I want to get what else? Darkwing Duck in there. I was just throwing all my stuff in there. I was like, I just want to have this playing in the background. I don't even want to be looking at it. I just want to play in the background all day.
Okay.
Just listening to the audio.
I just want to hear. I just want to hear Launchpad McQuack in the background. No, but I've been enjoying it, man. Some of the things that have come out of Disney Plus. So Endgame is on there.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's deleted scenes.
I heard.
Did y'all see the scenes?
I did not see the scenes, but I heard.
All right, yeah. So there's stuff on there that's kind of revealing of like, in this case, a deleted scene from Tony Stark having a conversation with his daughter, who's now older, Morgan Stark. So I thought it was kind of cool that they added that kind of stuff, mostly because, I mean, you think like you don't really see that unless you're like buying a DVD or something. You know, like I thought it was real cool. They included like featurettes. Like they showed D23 stuff. I don't know if you saw it. So there's like a little 12-minute. Well, there's a 42-minute documentary called "Assembling the Team." And then there's a 12-minute one covering D23. I forgot what it was called. It slips me right now. But it's pretty cool because it actually shows stuff that was like under wraps. So, for example, like the what if stuff. So, you know, we found out it was going to be like animated, but they show like kind of where they're going with it. And one of the ones that stuck out to me was what's her name?
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter she's the one that becomes Captain America.
Oh, cool.
And he's more like an Iron Man
thick.
and a robot. Yeah, she's fucking thick. Dude, she's like, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. I want to see. I love that actress. Are you the same actress?
It's going to be Rule 34
but it's cartoon
artists.
So, but yeah, she's super pretty.
Yeah, it's cartoon.
Used to love her.
Yeah. I think all the what ifs are going to be animated, right?
Yes.
Actually, even announced today, RDJ,
Robert Downey Jr.
is going to come back to do voice work for what if stuff.
I think they're all doing their own voice work.
So they're all coming back to do voices for their characters and stuff. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
So it's not like an official comeback. It's just like here's a nice little voice.
It's a voiceover comeback.
Yeah, I imagine like for him it's less.
I don't think I think he's still dead in the universe. Like we're not going to see him in a movie or a TV show. At least anytime soon.
Also, follow along this news.
To bring back. I told you not to bring me back.
He's like, this comes back as zombie Iron Man again.
There you go. And then open the portal, Reed Richards.
I mean, I don't know if you all saw that quote from Captain America himself. His name escapes me. Chris Evans.
Do I just say every actor?
I know, right? You say all the names.
You have the notes.
I know. They're very minimal. Okay. I was gonna piggyback on you.
Captain America guy.
Captain America guy.
He's blonde. He's white.
Chris Evans was in the news talking about coming back and playing his Cap. but really only saying he would do it if.
I heard this. Yes.
Yeah, if it was something super meaningful and it wasn't just something to come back to for the fans or whatever. So there's just like a very small, slight possibility.
Well, I think he's more announcing like, I would do it only if it was like good. So if you don't hear me doing it, it's because I thought it was shit.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do it if it was just like, hey, if this is like important, this is going to be meaningful to the story, and not just something to get the fans excited.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or like if it's another like portal opening scene at the end of it. If it's the next end game is a portal opening scene, like he shows up.
Yeah,
like it'd be. I think he's saying
like a small.
I'm not
cameo?
ruling that out. Yeah, like he's probably come for like a cool cameo, but I don't think he'll be like a
or like what if
actual side character.
Yeah, what if they do like, let's say this new phase of Marvel movies? What if they do like a flashback to like these times and they want to show Cap for a second or something? You know, like
I think what he's saying. He probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because
right.
I
think he would do something more of like impactful to the character and it's meaningful for the character.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So it would have to be like, you know, they're bringing fucking Cap back. Steve Rogers is coming back.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Guess what else got announced?
That's like new fucking dimension stuff. But yeah.
Ant-Man 3 got announced.
Yeah, it was like kind of unofficial for a while.
Yeah.
They were like, I guess.
You figure it's gonna, right? But then really, I don't think they gave an official date either. But Ant-Man 3 is coming. Obviously, Paul Rudd's coming back.
Do we know the bad guy?
No, not that I saw.
No.
It was just just like, it was almost just confirmation, like, hey, this is happening. It's real.
But it's not like, you know.
Do you think it'll be
Rise
another
of the Silver Surfer or like, you know, like fucking nothing like that?
Do you think it'll be another? That's because I was going to piggyback off of that. Do you think it'll be another Ant-Man villain, or do you think they'll get someone else's villain? Because how many villains does Ant-Man have? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we had Wasp the last time, and she was very forgettable.
Well, she wasn't a villain though, right? Yellow Jacket was the first villain.
Yeah,
Yellow Jacket was the
which
first
is like
one.
his villain, right?
Yeah.
Unless they bring him back.
The second one, I don't know if she was.
She was a villain-ish person,
but
like, she was dying
in the comics though, or was she like an original one?
We're talking about
I have no idea.
So I'm talking about the movie. Like the well, what was her name? The one she was like in the all white suit. She would like.
Ghost or something.
There you go, Ghost. You said Wasp earlier.
I did. That was my fault.
Okay,
that's why I was confused with these.
I apologize.
So Ghost, was she from the comics or was she original? I don't know. I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure she's from the comics.
Which one's Ghost?
She was the
The
one
forgettable villain. That's what I'm saying. How many villains does he have? That won't
She would what? She would like turn invisible?
No, she can like phase through walls and stuff, and she was like invisible.
Yeah.
Person.
You don't even
oh yeah,
remember?
she phased through everything because
Like
she was
whole
like
white suit.
because she went. She died, or no, she didn't die. An explosion, scientific explosion happened, so she was like very phasey, and she couldn't touch anybody or anything.
That's right.
Yeah,
she just walks through things.
She was like a sniper, also, right, or something?
No. See, forgettable villain.
Okay, yeah.
Proving my point even more.
Point fucking proven. Hard.
Yes.
Hardly proven.
Fine.
All right, so do I think it's going to be another throwaway villain, or do you think they'll get someone who they think will probably bank better?
Or bring back Yellow Jacket. No, wait, he died, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe he died.
I mean, he got shrunk, and then I think he got like squished.
Oh yeah, he went to the
the drain.
No, the Phantom Zone, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah,
that's right. That's right. So I guess maybe
he
could come back.
Quantum realm. Quantum realm.
We know our lore. Yes,
it's late. Realm. All right,
so
we're
I guess
still
he could
active.
come back, but that would be lame.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any other fucking like Ant-Man villain.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You're probably gonna borrow someone else's. I mean, the
like,
CW takes all of Batman's villains.
That's true. But like, who would you take as Ant-Man's villain? Like, who would you put up against Ant-Man?
I don't know.
Venom.
But he's tiny.
But
does Marvel have tiny villains?
Tiny or large villains?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
That's his solution to things. So I don't think you have to put him up against someone who just
maybe
gets tiny. We already did that in the first one.
What if? Okay, well, I was just thinking whenever he's big, he's only big for like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
So, they haven't shown him really like having a cool fight with someone when he's huge.
Right? Just like a man. Only for so long, he's got to let it down.
What was he? He had a giant man villain, didn't he?
I think so. In the Ultimate Comics?
No idea.
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm sure, because Marvel has a bunch of, characters
or they just
library.
have some villain steal his technology and turn themselves big, and he's got someone big to fight against.
Well, that was basically part 1.
Right.
No, part 1 was a small guy. This time it'd be a big guy.
All right.
Or
fuck me, man.
or since we're talking about quantum realm, what if Doctor Strange is already connected with Wanda, but it could be like a Doctor Strange type scenario where he has to go to different.
Okay.
Shrink into.
So, name another besides Dormammu or whatever the fuck his name is.
Dormammu.
Dormammu.
Villain for Doctor Strange. Mephisto, right?
No idea. I don't know my Doctor Strange lore.
Yeah. I don't know. Moving on.
Because I'm wondering who's going to be the bad guy in his other one.
Keeping in with some of the Disney Plus stuff here, I did forget to mention actually was, so that documentary also revealed a couple of things. One of them being that the Loki kind of series that they're doing, the show, is going to directly tie into the universe of Madness.
That's what he said. What's his name? Kevin Feige said you have to watch the shows.
Yes, that was
they're
another
directly
big thing.
Connected to the movies.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So these shows are going to be it's kind of like if you want to be in on what's happening in the next phase of stuff, like you have to watch these shows or whatever.
Which is smart on their end because it makes people buy it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're all going to want to see it. So
if you want to watch it, because then other people
you're going to want to watch it.
No. You're not gonna do it. You're not getting my money.
Be quiet, Mauricio.
It's the principle. I'm not doing it. Alright, man, you're gonna miss out on this fucking awesome shit.
Can I talk about some negatives so far?
Sure, yeah, let's go for
Disney
it.
Plus.
Yeah, go for it.
They, I don't know if you've seen this online, but they widescreened The Simpsons.
Oh, I heard that there was some issue with that.
So so you missed some visual gags. Like there's specifically what I saw on the internet was there's a visual gag of like they're in this beer factory and it's one tube and it splits into 3 and it's pouring into like the light, the dry, and something. Basically the joke is like it's the same beer. All the different ones are the same beer. But on the transfer of widescreen, it like cuts those tubes off. And so it just shows the characters and then the tanks.
So you don't get the
visual gag on top.
Yeah.
So that's interesting and kind of weird. Also, one thing that kind of made me upset was that they took out the Michael Jackson episode because
from The Simpsons.
Yes.
Oh wow.
They just completely took it out of it.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, because Michael Jackson raped people.
Yeah, but like, why would they? I mean, The Simpsons obviously wouldn't remove that.
Yeah, it was Disney.
It's Disney doing that.
So. Which is kind of like, that's messed up that they're like, we control what you see now.
Yeah, that's
the total, like, we control, like, this person was so bad, we're not going to let you see it. Like,
Netflix was also...
It's weird that they're doing that because they're the ones who had said, like, what was it? That they weren't going to remove any of the Nazi shit that they had in their, like, way fucking back vault fucking old cartoons. That they weren't going to remove them because removing them would be the same as pretending that they never happened.
Yeah, so they do a disclaimer now, right, for all of their, especially the older stuff that shows possible like racial.
And then they're doing this shit, like that's fucked up.
Well, I mean, it's not just Disney Plus. I mean, for example, Netflix also they get in trouble sometimes with their adaptions. For example, Evangelion. Whenever we get around to it, it's nothing big you'll notice, but the translations were different. And like what characters are saying and stuff like that. The like same with the dub or whatever. Like they kind of say things differently. It almost changes stuff. Which I'm not going to mention anything now because we're still we still need to get to it.
Like, is it big things? Like, is it certain words or is it just how they say it?
It's certain like phrases that kind of maybe change the meaning of a scene. Let's say, for example.
Okay. So it's just a weird dubbing. It's not like so much censoring.
Let's say maybe instead of talking about love, they kind of don't bring that up because it's 2 male characters.
That's weird though.
Yeah,
because they have lots of
because the
gay
guys
stuff on there though.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is the main character also his sexuality kind of dealing with that or whatever, figuring it out. Let's say in the midst of everything else that's happening in that damn show. A lot of people were upset. Also, they even changed the outro music. It was this really cool cover of "Fly Me to the Moon."
I remember.
Yes. And now it's just weird, like kind of. I know it's so good.
So good.
And now it's just weird, like just kind of piano music with the same. Yeah, like it's just weird. No, I mean just watch
Frank's
Netflix.
house.
Just watch
We
it.
got DVDs.
I got the DVDs.
We got the VHSs.
Yeah.
Should I just read the manga? I've seen it a couple times. I've been so tempted.
Yeah.
Should
Don't wait.
I?
Let's watch the anime first.
Oh, fine.
Dude, the reason why, and I don't want to take forever on this.
Brotherhood yet?
No.
Stop.
I'm in the
Stop.
middle- I'm in the
Stop.
middle
We're not
of-
talking about that right now.
Still in Full Metal. And
it's 12 episodes.
Have you
They're short.
watch anything.
I know. I'm surprised I even have this. It has been 2 weeks though, and I haven't had nothing to edit, so that's why I have so much, Caleb. The animation on Evangelion is fantastic. It is so good. I think if people are gonna say like, "Oh, read the mangas only," like, well, sure, but like the visual just language of that show is so fucking, it's important. It's so great. Like I mean, I can't wait to get to it. Hopefully we get around to finishing your retro review soon.
So
yeah,
you
we need to watch
recommend
Snowblood already.
both?
You watched Snowblood already?
No, I said we need to get Snowblood already.
I'm so
Caleb.
excited.
Even
dude.
if I had, he still hasn't.
I know, but I just wanted to like hear
As
your.
soon as he says
Okay,
it,
yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
should have
ready.
brought it. I have a
should have.
correct translation.
Cool. All
Of
right.
oh fuck.
We'll get around to it so we can watch it and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So yeah,
That's right, he needs
so
to translate.
that's not just the problem of Disney Plus. I mean, even Netflix has had issues with that on stuff they port over or whatever. So
It's weird, man.
yeah, it's weird.
Okay, also,
like
Weird
George
times.
Lucas,
Weird
George
times.
Lucas,
I like
Screwed with Star Wars again.
What
I
happened?
think he's doing this just to say F you to the fans.
Is he doing like a new
No.
re-release?
So what
He's
happened
doing
was,
what?
you know, the whole Han shot
Lucas.
first scene.
Oh, I heard about this.
They edited it. They edited it again. So right when they shoot, it's kind of still similar, where it's like kind of back and forth. It's not really a Han shot first. Still,
Yeah.
They didn't change it. I think Greedo says Malanki or Malanki. It's like a really weird Malanki, and then and it's like, what is that? And everyone online's talking about like, what the heck? What does Malanki mean or Malanki? It's so weird.
Like, why add the word?
Why add the word? And I think George Lucas literally just added it to be like, I'm just gonna screw with you guys just so you can get all mad. And I really think that's the reason he did it.
I thought I read that it meant something though.
I have no idea. I doubt it.
There was something I read.
He changed
I
it
didn't see it.
again.
Yeah.
He changed it again for no reason. That's
Like,
my boy.
Fuck you, little nerds.
exactly.
Damn. It's pretty
So
savage.
that was my
George
last
Lucas.
Disney Plus thing.
Well, actually, the last Disney Plus thing I have, Into the Spiderverse sequel, officially announced.
Disney Plus?
No, not on Disney Plus.
Well, then I said the last Disney Plus thing you had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Marvel News. My bad. It's the same thing. Disney
He's trying
Marvel
to show
is
me
Disney,
up,
bro.
But I caught him trying to
Alright.
show me up.
I got you, Caleb. I got you.
Man,
All right, I'm with you.
appreciate it.
All right, Caleb. You got me on that one.
You know, the last
And
Disney Plus
related-
thing
Is DC has
In related Marvel news,
yes.
Into the Spider-Verse officially announced via their Twitter feed. I don't know if you
Yes,
saw it.
yes.
Just kind of like this little static
The
moving
glitchy
symbol, the glitchy,
Symbols.
which I think because there's also talks about a Spider-Gwen like standalone thing also in the works.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so the glitchy stuff shows her symbol, so people were for a while were thinking like, oh, it's gonna be, this is an official announcement for her
Spider-Gwen.
stuff. Yeah, but no, because it's this one's directly tied to this one because that's returning actors or whatever.
Yeah.
This,
So excited.
Yeah, so excited. April 8th, 2022.
Oh shit.
I mean,
So,
makes sense.
It's
Animation
gonna
takes
be a
forever.
while. Yeah, animation takes forever, so
At least they let us
it's gonna
know.
be a while.
Yeah, because I know right when when the first one came out, they had mentioned the whole women universe. I was like, cool, whatever. Like the movie was so good, like I don't care.
Yeah.
But then like we didn't really hear anything else about the Miles universe. I was like, oh, I hope we get that soon.
Yeah.
But so I'm glad they announced it. That's like I'm so excited, so happy, or I'm just happy it's coming out.
Yeah. Also, the news, a bunch of other stuff we're gonna get through, but just to kind of cut the palate a little bit. The Sonic redesign was
yeah.
revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That horrible, atrocious fucking...
Dude, definitely way fucking better.
Yeah. I feel like...
way better.
I feel better taking my kid to that movie now. Honestly.
Yeah.
honestly.
Like we lost some detail and realism, but I don't. I mean, I think
fine.
that's way fucking
Matter
for
of
the
fact,
better. Dude.
I think like the expressiveness on his face is way better now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Compared to before,
Even
like
the shape of his body, dude. He looked
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah, it
like,
was weird.
his-
He was like a
it was like
janky,
human, like
yeah,
a
it was like a-
furry human body.
like a
like, it
druggy
was fucking
Sonic.
Yeah, and this one looks a little bit more like Sonic. You know,
Yeah.
the bigger feet, the fucking,
yeah,
little.
his like whole design or whatever.
The movie still looks stupid, but
That was my
yeah.
thing. Was the
Design-
plot still kind of bad?
Well,
but
let's see, I'm probably still not gonna watch it, but
yeah,
I really appreciate that they did Sonic a little more justice.
yeah,
what do you think of Jim Carrey in that? They show a little more of him there.
still stupid.
Yeah,
I
The movie
didn't.
still looks stupid.
it's all right, man. I'll still go.
I mean,
check
they
it
could
out.
have done a Roger Rabbit, and I would have been happy.
Ooh.
Roger Rabbit would've
Because
been
it's just
better.
a cartoon.
Also on Disney Plus.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's right. I saw it.
Mhm.
That's a good movie.
It's on my watch list.
I was watching the behind the scenes of that the other day, and I was like, "Yo, they put a lot of thought in this movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff. That's cool."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's crazy because that's not even like the original Roger Rabbit story.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. It was different in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's books?
Completely
It's different.
fucking different.
Yeah, there's books.
I didn't know those books.
Yes.
Completely
Yes.
fucking different. They just bought it because they liked the idea and they completely changed the story.
Well,
Kept it a little similar, but yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. So we are in the midst of the streaming wars. Caleb,
Yes.
right? So
Right.
everyone sees Netflix make money. Disney Plus is coming out.
At what point
Yeah. Are we gonna stop subscribing?
are
to
we
stuff?
going to be like, hey, buy this one thing and you get all these streaming services?
I don't
Oh,
think- I don't
someone's got
think-
to come out with that, right?
When do we go back to DirecTV?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not buying CBS.
Yeah.
I'm not buying any other thing. Even HBO Max.
What if I gave you a low price and I gave you all those, but it came with CBS and it came with all that other
But that's
shit?
the thing. I'm not going to watch
Depends on the price.
CBS All Access. Any of those shows I'm not going to watch. Like
30 no.
like Star
$35 bucks. Fucking-
That is no.
No.
Star Trek
it's
Discovery
like
and
100
Twilight
bucks.
Zone. Don't care.
Yeah. No, it would be like DirecTV prices, man. It'd be like $100 and
I
then
mean,
you
the
would
price
get, you would get
online.
everything.
The price online for everything when you're adding up was like $90.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So like $100 and you would get like
But I wouldn't
all
have
the streaming
everything.
services.
Yeah, I'd rather just pick and choose. Honestly, still, like I know people are saying, "Oh, it's $90 for streaming." It's like, yeah, but you're not subscribing to like all those other
Even
six.
the 4 things that I have now, I'm not watching all the content.
Yeah.
I could still watch through content. I
Yes.
could have endless content with just 3 apps
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
And so I don't need it. I don't need all the other ones.
Well, Caleb, what if I told you
Okay.
that HBO Max
Uh-huh.
will be able to be the only place you can find episodes of, say, South Park?
Still don't care.
What if they also
Hulu
have
has them already.
Friends,
Still don't
the
care.
TV show
Yeah.
from the 90s?
Gross.
What if I told you that the Friends, not necessarily reunion, but movie? I don't know what there's talks of Friends coming back together.
Why?
This is official.
Now I really don't care.
Okay.
Why? Who wants to fucking see this?
There's a lot of
It's
people who like
happening.
Friends.
It is happening. It is confirmed. All of the Friends, the 6 core cast
All
members,
friends are coming.
all the Friends are
aboard.
coming.
All the friends are coming to fucking. What's the name of the coffee shop?
Central Perk.
That place.
Yes. They're all coming back.
Fucking. No, thank you, dude.
I feel like this is like 20 years too late.
This is like, yeah. This is like, you know what? Maybe we should have done this earlier.
Should have been 10 years too late. I think
Yeah, 10 years ago, people would be like, "Oh, the Friends are back."
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the people that remember that show are dead.
I killed them.
I killed
my
them.
worry is like a lot of like Matthew Perry, like he looks super old. So, like I don't just leave him
Dude,
alone.
Fat Matthew Perry, dude.
Let him be. Don't bring him back.
Hey, he
Let-
was
he's
good in
enjoying
17
life.
again. You remember 17 again? With Zac Efron?
I remember.
No, I did
Yeah.
not.
I saw. Yeah,
Nope.
that was the last time
I don't
saw
have a
him.
daughter,
Yeah,
so I
same.
never saw that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I was a dude when I watched
I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
watch it. I just figured you probably have to have a little girl to watch something like that. I don't know. It's okay.
Just because that's Zac Efron in it doesn't mean it has to be
whatever.
a movie. It's a Universal movie.
Let's continue with these
Zac
bangers,
Efron's hot,
shall we, boys?
Yeah, either way, streaming wars. I think it's gonna die off. I think streaming service is gonna die. Like I'm not buying DC, not buying HBO Max, or whatever. I have HBO now only because I have it for a year because I have Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Which ones can you like? I can't. Fuck it. I need these. You're not let goes.
It's what I already have, which is Netflix, Hulu, and I could let go of Prime really. Netflix, Hulu. I could probably let go of Hulu.
But that 2-day delivery though.
Oh, I guess.
I only have Prime because of that. I don't care
Well,
about.
yeah, I guess so. So I don't know. I could let go of a couple. I mean, Netflix really is the only one. Maybe I could let go of. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
If you had just Netflix, you wouldn't get tired of just their library.
Yeah, no, I already do get tired of the library.
Yeah, that's his thing. He talks about like scrolling and never finding anything good.
Yeah.
I tell you what is going to be good on there.
Disney Plus is my new thing, so I'm watching all that. Watch the X. Oh,
bunch of stuff to watch. Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyway, continuing with HBO news.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They recently canceled one of their two basically greenlit kind of shows that were going to be happening.
Yeah.
Right.
For Game of Thrones.
Yes, for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
George R. Martin has a bunch of projects in the works, right?
It was announced a while back.
Yeah, it was announced a while back.
5 shows coming out.
Yes, there was like 5.
Yeah.
And there was a quote. He was like, there are 2 that are doing really, really good, and they're already going to pre-production or whatever.
Which can mean a lot of things, which is like we're just writing storyboards or we're just doing
those
this.
2 were one of those ones that had gotten canceled.
One of those got canceled.
Was that the one with
Naomi Watts?
Yes.
That one was canceled. They had already shot something close to a pilot across the seas or whatever, and I mean because they were actually going to reuse some similar locations and stuff like that. And they ended up not going with it. Not only not going with it, but just canceling that whole one. So this was during the Age of Heroes. So this took place 5,000 years before the events.
Would have liked
Game
that
of Thrones.
more, to be honest.
Me too, because I want something completely different. I want something. Give me more shit that happened that doesn't relate to what we've already seen, like Game of Thrones.
Well, you know what I don't like about the Targaryen one that they're greenlighting still?
Yes.
Is that I know how it ends.
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say.
I know the season finale.
The one that is greenlit is, I think they're calling it House of the Dragon or Dragons.
Sure.
House of Dragon or House of the Dragons.
The book is called Fire and Blood.
Yes.
Is that going to be the name of the show though?
No.
I don't know.
Well,
It'd be better.
I think
it'd be more metal.
The name that was being thrown around for it was House of the Dragon. So that is going through. That takes place 500 years.
Nope.
When?
No, I could be lying to you, actually.
Okay. Takes place.
I thought it was like
500 years.
Could take place 500 years before
after Game of Thrones.
Okay. So this is going to be...
It's all about the Targaryens.
It's before... Yeah.
It's based on the new book that came out.
Okay. All right.
Which I thought it was 100 years, to be honest. But I could be completely wrong with you. You could be right. I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I just remember this one. I just remember this one was closer.
The rebellion, right?
Yeah, I thought that's what they were going with. So that's why I was like, I know how the show ends.
Yeah.
Even in 500 years, it's still kind of like...
Yeah.
If
it's going to be about, what's his name's rebellion, then it's probably 100 years. And Robert's, which one?
I don't know.
That's the one I want to see, man. I want to see Robert Baratheon with his fucking warhammer mowing motherfuckers down, dude.
I bet we don't get that.
In his fucking prime. With Ned Stark. With fucking everyone. I want to see Ned Stark in his prime, dude. With his fucking giant claymore.
Yeah. I think, if I read correctly, because I think this is taking place way before that still, because I think it was hundreds of years still. It's going to maybe talk about the Lannisters coming like into power, as well as, you know, the dragons and stuff coming over. Valyria still hadn't had the Doom, or I think it's going to start around there, like when the Doom takes over Valyria and stuff like that. And, you know, all the Targaryens, right? They had to get out of Valyria and stuff like that. So, you know, still kind of relatively, you know, soon compared to the other show.
Okay, so you think that they're not really going to mention too much of the other houses? It's
No, I
mostly
bet
gonna
they
be
still will.
focused-
They probably still will. I just don't know if it's going to. I mean, whatever the story ends up being, I don't know if it's going to be. It's not about all these houses coming together and fighting, right? It's the story of the Targaryens, essentially. Let's take it back to Netflix for a little bit, shall we?
Okay.
Bring you
Oh,
back.
man.
Just gonna.
Huh?
Okay. So, Caleb, you can't technically cancel your Netflix yet.
No, that's the one I'm gonna keep it for now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the one he said he was going
Because The Witcher is coming.
Oh,
yes!
Witcher is coming.
I am so excited for The Witcher, dude.
I'm excited
Only
too.
because, like, I heard it's a really good fucking grimdark fantasy.
Yes.
And I want to see it. And from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like they're keeping, and from what other people have read and what I read in fucking forums, they're keeping true to it. So I'm really excited because I want to see that story.
Yes, actually wanted to rewatch the trailer because I feel like it's been a while since I saw it or whatever. But when I was looking at it, I was like, dude, like the elements of almost like horror that are kind of being brought into this, I was like, unexpected. I was like, but it looks fucking cool. Like I really like what they're doing. With
we
it.
haven't seen a live action fantasy show / movie in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
The last thing I think of is Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, which was mostly CG.
Or Game of Thrones.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, that was like the last like.
But I feel
big,
like even then,
matter of fact, maybe the only really good fantasy one that's come out, because really before that, what did we have? Xena. You know, what was like something fantasy based that was like really really good?
I mean,
Not much.
Sci-fi fantasy or just fantasy? you
Uh,
talking about like high fantasy?
Yeah.
You're talking about like medieval fantasy, right?
Medieval
yeah,
fantasy.
like medieval fantasy.
Mm,
Like before Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
was
no, I'm
kind
trying to
of
think.
right.
I mean, there was that show Merlin, and that
Yeah.
one wasn't that good.
But even with Game of Thrones, like especially, it's just considered more of a drama, right?
Yeah,
It's more of like a lot of political stuff.
It's like
It still is
it's set in a
fantasy,
fantasy setting.
yeah, no, it still
It's
counts.
hard fantasy setting.
Yeah, I mean, if
White
anything, that's what
Walkers.
really drew
I mean,
me in.
It's more of like a political, like scheming thing,
Yeah.
and with set in that fantasy world.
Yeah.
That's true.
With all the rules still attached to it.
Yes.
It's
which
because I
makes
hate
it
the
better.
last season, okay?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Just wanted to
I
forget it.
definitely
Forget that
agree.
show exists.
Definitely agree. I thought about taking that down,
For real.
but no, because I enjoyed the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So The Witcher, on top of this new trailer, they announced a date, and it's actually sooner than we thought. We're
is
looking
sooner
at
than I thought.
December 20th.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Soon.
Merry
That's like
Christmas.
For
Fuck
real.
yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
You're gonna
Thank
be able to
you,
unwrap
Netflix.
it. You'll be able to probably watch all of it before Christmas.
I'll be able to
even.
binge it, dude. Yes.
Hey, speaking of which, at least now that I know we've all been watching Mandalorian and stuff.
Yeah.
And are you now that you've had to wait a week, right? Just for this one, it's only been 2 weeks.
I mean, I definitely see the benefit for the studio
Yeah.
because
Or are you
man.
still feeling like
Because all I'm doing is fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is hyping it up for everyone.
So it's
Because I'm
working.
like, have you fucking seen it, dude? Like, oh my god. You
so
know,
it's working?
it's making me into a fucking
Disney shill.
yeah, pretty much.
But why wouldn't you? They're doing good things.
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing good things, they're doing good things.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I look forward to it.
When are we talking
I
about
look
the
forward to
Mandalorian?
Fridays.
Are we doing that right now?
Not yet,
Okay.
because we're still going through the news, Caleb. We can talk about that in a little bit. Right now, we're going to take it over to a little bit of video game news.
Oh!
A little bit.
Video games.
Okay. In BlizzCon news,
Wow, BlizzCon.
BlizzCon happened while we were away.
That's right.
And this is probably a little bit old by now. But, I mean, still wanted to maybe get y'all's take on it. Pretty sure, did y'all get to see the trailers by chance?
I got to see some.
Some.
So, one of the big reveal was Diablo 4.
Fuck yeah.
Diablo 4 is coming out,
Hell yeah.
and
Why are you shaking your head?
that little
When is it coming out?
I don't know.
Don't care.
Not soon.
I don't care.
But did you? Okay, but do you not care because you don't play the Diablo?
I
games?
played Diablo.
Yeah, did you?
And I liked it. I think it was 3.
3?
That was the recent one.
No, I lied to you then.
Two?
So 2?
It has to be 2 then.
One with the necromancer.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that was 2.
Yes.
Three got added. Three got added as DLC.
They have a necromancer now.
As DLC.
Okay.
But part 2, it came with the necromancer, and he was fucking awesome.
Okay.
Either way, I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I'm just, again, personal thing. If a game is too far away or is too far away, I don't want to extend it just yet.
Okay.
But that's a personal thing.
So then,
And cinematic trailer.
Well, I mean,
so I don't want to hear you say you're.
that's pretty much all of BlizzCon.
That's why
they're
I'm
just
BlizzCon,
announcing all their
I
fucking
just
shit that's going to be
kinda
coming
don't
out in
care.
years.
I bet 2 years from now.
Are you excited
Like,
for Halo? Or did you
Um,
forget they had a trailer? Because who cares?
I don't like Halo lost me after 4 probably.
What's happening with Halo?
They have a new Halo game coming out.
Don't they have a new Halo every year, though?
No.
They haven't had a Halo
Nah,
since
man.
Halo
5.
4 or 5? No.
Halo 5 came
No.
out.
So this is going to be what?
Yeah,
Halo
it was
6?
the one where it's like the recon dude against the Master Chief.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't.
That
I
was
never
the
played
last
that
one.
Don't think I played that one.
Yeah, that was 5.
No, Xbox One.
Yes.
Yes.
I played the last one on 360,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
which was the new villains. It was like a little. They shoot the orange
yeah.
beams.
That was 4.
That was.
But
and that's
they're
where,
probably in 5
that's
also.
the one where she died.
But that's where it started. Yeah, 4 was that one.
Spoiler.
So there's a whole one you haven't played. Neither have I either.
Yeah.
There's that one which
Neither
I
have
think
I.
is 5, which just goes to show you like I've
this is
been
Halo
out
6.
of Halo. Yes.
What's the title?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Is it Halo 6?
I don't know.
No.
But they announced it, and I'm like,
No,
who
no, no.
cares?
They did
Six
have
rings.
it had like a colon. No, they actually had a thing. It was called like Halo
I don't think so.
Infinite. I think
Oh, you might be right.
it was
Okay.
called. They're calling it Halo Infinite. They're not
But
going by
my
the
point
number.
is, they came out with the trailer and like, you forgot about it because it's too early to
It
announce
looked.
stuff.
It looked interesting. It looked good.
From their cinematic trailer that
Yes,
showed no
it was just
gameplay.
well, actually, it was in game. It was in game. That's what was like exciting about it because it's gonna come out on the new
On
Xbox.
the Scarlet?
So it's gonna come out on the Scarlet, not on the Xbox One.
Is that the official name?
No, that's
Okay.
still the code name for it.
Code.
I think
Why is there a code name for it?
It's like a placeholder.
for them
until
to
they-
refer to it, yeah, before they officially announce it and stuff.
Oh, so they haven't thought of the name yet, or is it?
They probably
they,
do.
They could have it like still either be reserved or testing, or maybe they don't want to announce the name yet, but they're just referring it as this.
Scarlet.
And they've done that for all consoles
Yep.
for years.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the GameCube was known as the Dolphin.
Yeah.
They're calling it Dolphin. Stuff like that.
Interesting.
The 64 was.
I don't remember.
I forget what it was.
I remember their Connect stuff was Project Natal, Natal, Natal.
That's all.
I don't know. It's just all these weird names like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Diablo 4. We'll
Diablo
show you the
4.
trailer
Fuck
anyway.
yeah,
it looks
man.
really cool. The trailer looks
So
really good. Like Blade.
I mean, dude, their CGI team is just fucking
yeah, Blizzard
amazing. Their animation
CGI
team
stuff
fucking
is
great, dude.
it's amazing. It's really good. It's
Top fucking
notch.
tier, dude.
That I mean looked interesting. They actually followed up with gameplay, so it's not just a cinematic trailer. There's gameplay out there.
Now
of it.
they followed up with it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
like,
originally
well,
it was just
no. It was the same day.
The same announcement.
They did the
They
reveal with the
announced
cinematic
reveal.
trailer.
It comes out with
Okay.
the cinematic.
'Cause I just
and
saw the
it
cinematic
also
trailer.
came out with.
There's a bunch of gameplay stuff
Here's
out
some of the
there.
gameplay of the barbarian, and here's some of the gameplay of the druid. The
Yes.
druid looks fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
So there's already gameplay out there.
Cool,
So you can
that's
see
better.
it. So we'll show you some of that after this game.
Man, the
It's pretty good.
fucking the druid looked. I mean, he looked like he turned into a fucking bear, a werewolf, all this other cool shit.
Yeah.
The horns, the stag horns.
Also announced Overwatch 2,
Yeah,
never
which
played it.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Overwatch.
It's fun.
It's fun, man.
Chris scolded me for it. I've never forgotten it.
Why did he scold you?
Because
you
I
never
was
played
like,
it?
because I was like, I was talking to him. I was like, hey, should I get Overwatch? He's like, yeah, I mean, it's fun with friends. I'm like, yeah, I don't really play with anybody. He's like, you don't have friends? Or he made some comment where he's like, oh, that's sad. I was like, thanks, man.
Damn.
Thanks, I don't play with anybody
Hey,
online.
Caleb,
Thanks.
I'll play with you online,
Thanks.
bro.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
play with you, kid.
I've been playing more
Appreciate it.
Apex. I haven't seen you on, but I was like, was Caleb on? He's like,
Oh,
no,
you want to know why?
Why?
Well, we're going to skip ahead. My son bought a game on PlayStation 4.
Oh.
He grabbed my remote and it was just... And my wife was like, oh, you just press the buttons. But he went through the PlayStation Store and he bought a game.
Huh,
A $30 game.
Which
Like-
one?
It was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Okay.
Is he gonna
I
go to the
guess
shoe
I'm-
store?
I guess I'm playing this now. So that's what I've been playing.
Just use that every time.
I gotta make use of this now.
He bought Death Stranding. I guess I gotta play it now.
No, damn it! I wasn't home, so that's why I was like, I opened the system. I was like, why is this on here? I was like, what happened? She's like, oh yeah, he actually bought that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think you can get your money back for that kind of stuff though, if you really wanted to.
Yeah, it's a super big open world.
It's fun, dude. It's good.
It's pretty fun.
It's good.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them before.
Don't let him go to the store.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is really good.
Yeah,
it's very cinematic. Also,
yeah.
You know, while we're getting like the opening stuff, especially.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. I mean, maybe we'll get back to you on that when we're.
But yeah, it's just a side note. That's why I haven't been playing anything.
So Overwatch 2, people are saying it's more. They're trying not to split the player base, right? So it's kind of act like as an expansion.
It's more of like they're focusing on a campaign that is co-op-ish.
Yes, it's like they're adding the PvE element,
and then they're adding more characters to it as well.
Yes,
so that's why it's like 2.
Echo was the one they were showing or whatever. So
it's weird because you're almost being sold another part of the game that, if you think about it, should have been a complete package, right? You get campaign and you get multiplayer.
Yeah.
So you bought a multiplayer only game, and now you're getting the
campaign part of it.
Yeah, the campaign part.
I wonder,
which is co-op and multiplayer, which is cool.
I mean, I like PvE stuff. If they have some kind of like, they add stuff like, I don't know, like a horde mode on top of campaign. Well, yeah, like that would be awesome.
That's kind of what it is. All those little mini games that they do.
The ones you would play like for the events.
So it's
and stuff.
Gonna be like, you're gonna be pushing stuff or whatever. It's gonna be still kind of those game modes, but cool. Added with story to it.
Yeah, I think they're also saying
and making it unique.
So Overwatch 1 sold at like the base one was like $40, I think back then.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was like that was like the it
wasn't a full 60.
Much. And
if you wanted 60, it's because you were getting like the gold edition with like extra skins.
Like the founder pack and all this other shit. So you would get extra skins and all that. But the base game was only like, I think $30 or $40.
Yeah. So Overwatch 2 coming out. It looks, I mean,
have they priced it?
No, well, not that I saw at least. They did a cinematic also. Have you ever watched your cinematics?
Who, Blizz?
Yeah, well, like the Overwatch 2 ones, for example.
No, because I didn't play the first one. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, I bet if you watched them, you'd probably want to start playing.
Yeah, you'd probably want to start playing, man.
It's very like Disney Pixar-esque.
Yeah,
like the story stuff they do.
And the feel, like you get that real feel good, like
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is like something like, you feel good getting behind.
I see a lot of diva stuff everywhere.
Because she's cute.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck her.
That's...
That's
I cosplay people. I see a lot of diva cosplays.
Yeah, just real easy. You get it's a one-piece suit, and you make yourself a little pink
mustache.
It's
mustache.
It's like cat. It's like, I don't know. It's like pink stripes.
Oh yeah,
kitty.
And you do the robot ears or whatever she's got. That's it. That's your diva. You're a diva now. It's so easy. And her thing is she's like a pro gamer, so that's her thing also. That's why you always see her.
That's why
jokingly.
cosplayers want to be here so
pretty much. It's kind of like it's meta.
Me.
It's meta. King of. Okay, more video game news. Before we move on to what we've been playing and stuff. Real quick, Xbox X019 just happened. Just happened.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple of things that got announced and stuff like that. Some stuff you're probably not going to care about. Everwild by Rare did like a little cool cinematic of what they're working on. Just real quick minute long video or something. One that I thought was kind of interesting was this one called Grounded, which is being done by Obsidian. Who, Kayla, I'm not sure if you know Obsidian. They do a lot of like RPG, like hardcore, like CRPGs. You know what I mean? Like back in the day. Like, that's their whole thing, right?
Okay.
Lately, they had done Pillars of Eternity and stuff like that. Well, they got bought out by Microsoft.
Okay.
Microsoft's now like, hey, you're one of our studios now. We're going to give you some money. So they even have, like, smaller teams. Actually, they already had some teams. But one of the smaller teams coming out with this game called Grounded. It's, think of it almost like the Save the World from Fortnite mode. Have you ever played that?
No.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's this kind of like co-op, like, oh, we're fighting against zombies, you know, but it's just like a building and crafting element. So this has a little bit of that, but the catch is that you're kind of like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid style. So you're like small people in like someone's backyard, or something.
Oh,
So you have
It's
like,
kind of
like a giant rake or like toys that are huge or like
yeah.
juice box or some shit.
And there's like, well, they show you're fighting against like giant ants and stuff like that. You know?
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah, or like a huge. The last big reveal was like this big spider and stuff. You know.
Yeah, like you're like in the tunnel, like you go into the little spider tunnel. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Remember in Skyrim?
And like the very first mission.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
and like
dude,
you have
those
to go fight that.
spiders.
I hate them.
Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff.
There was a mod that turned all the bears into spiders that would stand up and come at you.
No,
So
I
you know
I
how the
couldn't.
bears would get up and they would go, "Whoa."
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like a fucking spider that stands up and it like fucking
God.
comes at you.
No,
Yeah, it was
man,
scary as shit.
I couldn't do that. Even in Fallout 4, like
VR
when you're first waking up out of your sleep in Fallout 4 and you're get your first gun, the first things they have you shoot is like little roaches, rat roaches.
Yeah.
But they're like big.
Yeah.
So my kid was like super scared. Like he never wanted to play Fallout forever, because he just could not take the fucking cockroaches. It was hilarious, man.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Other stuff announced. This game called West of Dead, where the character was voiced by Ron Perlman.
That looked interesting.
Super stylish, kind of cel shaded, kind of top down, kind of look to it. Where like you have these little encounters, I guess, in rooms. Let's say where it's a couple enemies and you're trying to take cover and shoot them back or whatever. I mean, it seemed interesting. The thing about these games, the ones I like, Everwild, Grounded, they're all going to be like Game Pass games. So, Caleb, do you have an Xbox?
No.
No. Well, if you did, $10 a month gets you Game Pass, which gets you like 100+ games that you can download and play. Right? It's basically a Netflix for games, right?
Yeah.
So all these right that I've mentioned, you can already play. West of Dead in particular is open beta. It's just like, hey, go download it now and play it. You know, we just want to hear feedback and fix it or whatever.
I mean, they're turning into fucking
they're,
Steam,
dude.
dude.
They're doing good things over there. Doing good things. I got nothing but
They're
good things to
getting
say.
close.
Another just real quick eye roller groaner for you guys. This new game by Don't Nod of Life is Strange fame.
Okay.
The developers are working on a game called.
Fellow Lo-Fi member loves Life is Strange.
Oh, she's not here. So they're working on a new game called Tell Me Why, which is
Tell me why.
Yes, it's a new. So if you're familiar with, no, if you're familiar with their games, it's always kind of
cinematic.
Yeah, a little cinematic, like player choice also and stuff like that is in there. It's narrative adventure games basically.
Yeah.
So on that one, it's going to be. They're actually featuring what everyone is saying. They're featuring the first playable video game hero from a major studio and publisher who is also transgender.
Wow.
So they're going there.
I'm so happy we've moved up in the world.
Like, I don't really give a shit. The game
Yeah,
doesn't
I
look
don't
fun.
care.
I think
The
for
game doesn't look fun.
It looks like a movie.
they didn't show any gameplay.
I don't want
What are
to
you
play
talking
it.
about?
That
They
was
showed the
game.
whole fucking story
That's
of the
the
goddamn
gameplay.
game in that trailer. I get it.
That's the game.
Okay.
The game
I'm
is
just
to
saying,
play a
that's the
movie.
game. But
I don't want to play a movie.
pretty much. Those games are played like movies.
Pretty much, yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
You're on railroads, and then you're just watching all the nice things, and you do little interactions.
And you're there for the story, which I don't play games mostly for a story.
I
It's
play
kind of like,
for entertainment.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I mean,
Cool, admirable, but not for me.
next up, we have also at that same event they were announcing their Project xCloud preview stuff, which again, I don't know if you know, Caleb, they're basically working on kind of doing what Google Stadia is going to try to do right now, which is let you kind of stream a certain game library, right? So right now, this stuff, it's kind of, well, I mean, it's getting ready to get pushed out, I say, in about a year or two. But the idea is, at least right now too, they were touting to have like 50+ games that you could literally play Xbox games on a phone or a tablet.
Oh, wow.
You know, I mean, they haven't set any fees or anything, but they're working on rolling that stuff into like Game Pass even. So Game Pass right now, you download the game and then you can play it. With this stuff, you'll just start streaming it and you'll be able to play immediately.
And you can now Bluetooth your
Controllers to your phones.
to the phones, right, and shit.
So you want to play stuff like Gears 5,
But how
on a tablet or a
dude,
phone.
What's the
You totally can.
What's the latency on the controller of the
That's
tablet?
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's out there. They're asking questions like, is there artifacting on the video? Like how how does it? And they're telling no. I mean, they're from what the kind of technology they're using, the stuff they're working on. The same thing Google's saying too. That latency is like 0 to none.
Believe it when I see it.
Exactly. It's all just pie in the sky stuff
It's
until
like this Google Fiber
until
myth.
it's putting it out.
It's not true. We ain't got it. It's not real.
Nope, it's not real. The last thing I have on here is Age of Empires 4 was announced.
Yeah, dude.
Age of Empires 4, Caleb.
Yeah.
I don't. He's just like
all this video game news.
he's like, no.
I'm fine with it. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Age of Empires was a game came out a while back. We loved playing Age of Empires. The studios who did them are long gone. They've been the developers have been split up, and there's one that they say is still them. It's the one that did like World of Goo, stuff like that. Petroglyph, I think.
Pretty much the point of the game is like you go through different ages of civilizations, and you progress like your tech trees are basically you moving forward in time, right? So you're learning how to use this and learning how to use like Bronze Age stuff or whatever and getting there. But you pick like different civilizations like Mayans or the Japanese or Vikings or like other like Napoleon's fucking army and stuff like that. And then you go up against other people. But as
from that civilization,
yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Different people pick different ones, or like other people, and you fight with units, you pump them out and shit.
Yeah, so it's an RTS. So you're
so you those fucking graphics though, man. Holy shit, dude! It looks so fucking good, and it's done by fucking Relic, dude.
Yes. Oh. They've done other really awesome. I feel like they're the only ones. They're really good.
Only like really fucking besides maybe Warcraft, right? Because Warcraft 3 is going to come out, the remastered, reforged. They're calling it. That's like their mechanics are fucking solid because they're from back in the day. But no one is fucking doing that, dude. No one's really. I mean, Command and Conquer is really been missing a lot. Yeah. Yep. Which sucks.
Even though I think they're working on a new one, like an actual proper Command and Conquer,
but
supposedly.
But Westwood.
Well, they haven't even. Yeah, it's not Westwood. I mean, obviously.
But Relic did
Dawn of War series.
The Dawn of War series.
Company
of Heroes.
A bunch of stuff before that.
A couple of those, yeah.
But those were like, but they've been doing sequels of those for years, and they've all been really good. Like if you like RTS games, they've been doing really good, really smart stuff with their games.
They put this company in really good hands.
Yeah. So this game looks amazing. Just having all your your archers and your horsemen and your siege catapults and stuff, and literally me going up to Rick's castle and I'm just sieging. It's fun, dude. It's a lot of fun.
I always won, dude. I had the Ottoman.
I mean, he always
had
lost.
The fucking cannons. They had the huge cannons.
I would
dude,
use the Franks.
There's a reason
and
the Ottoman fucking held that empire forever, bro. And I showed you why. My fucking cannons mowed your ass down.
He lost a lot because of my towers.
I'll give you Command and Conquer.
I'm a turtler.
I'll give you Command and Conquer with your little fucking prism tanks. But no, sir. I was Age of Empires master.
Okay. And as far as news, that is it, boys.
Right on.
All right. Now we can get to just what Caleb's been itching. Caleb's just itching. I see him. He's ready. Caleb.
Why are you so itchy?
What have you been watching, Caleb?
What have you been watching, Caleb?
I'm itchy.
I've been watching you. You've just been
I've been itching my beard.
I gotta say it.
No, my beard.
Why are you so itchy?
It's a newly formed beard, so I've been itching it.
Newly formed beard.
So I'm trying to scrub it.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anything besides playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay.
So I gotta get use out of this game.
Yeah,
that
for
I
sure.
didn't buy. So doing that, Little Carol Tuesday, Little Full Metal.
How far are you in Full Metal?
Couple more episodes. That's it. My Hero Academia.
Oh yes.
Caught up on that.
I'm almost. I need to watch. I think the last one.
That's getting exciting. Rick and Morty.
Oh, I didn't watch the first episode.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it.
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Yes.
I have also been watching The
Are
Watchmen.
you caught up on the Watchmen?
No.
It was 3 a.m. and I
Okay.
was falling asleep on this
Oh.
last episode because I was so tired.
Yeah,
So I paused it, but I'm 20 minutes into the last episode.
it's good.
Yes, it's very good. Rick
It's
has
very
only
good.
seen the first episode.
Most of the first episode.
God damn it.
Like 90% of the
Okay, all
first
right,
episode.
all right. But you get the gist of it.
Where they're fucking is when I had to stop. I was like, no, baby, look away. Close your eyes. And then, yeah. Buffering happened.
Well, how you liking Watchmen, though, man?
I like it
Yeah,
a lot.
right.
It's a lot of the same in the first episode. Where you're still just interested in seeing what it's building up to.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's very
Because I
good.
feel like it's hard to give a definitive, like, this is the best thing ever because
Yeah.
you're still like, okay, we're just going.
it's so
though.
revolved around a mystery of like what's gonna happen next.
Yes, you know there's going to be a turn. They're doing something. You know, one of the writers, you know, they did Lost and stuff like that. So it's very much like a lot of it shrouded in mystery, or sometimes even you question like, why am I being shown this right now? But then obviously then
Well,
you
like the
find
whole,
out why.
What's his name? Jeez. Jeremy Irons.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, all his stuff is always like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
what's
what's going
happening over
on?
there? What is going
Yeah,
on?
Was she tugging him or was she scrubbing him?
That's I didn't understand that either.
I think she was just cleaning
I wasn't
because
sure at
he didn't
first as
express
well.
any kind of.
right. He was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, I think she was just literally just cleaning.
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah, they
What a
continue
life.
scenes with him, and you're just like, I still don't know what's going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
They feel like the Metal Gear, like the egg cooking stuff. You're like, what is happening
okay.
here? You know what I mean? Like, well, Metal Gear 4. Those weird intros they would have. It just feels like it just feels so far removed from this other stuff you're watching though. But almost at the same time, probably like my favorite stuff of the show because they're like, what is he doing now? Like,
What's he up to?
Yeah, because there's so much like
Jeremy Irons up to.
there's so much not being like you don't even know, and I've seen and read stuff. I'm like, damn it, like I don't like. There's gonna be a thing I'm not gonna say now, but
Yeah, don't say it.
yeah, I've seen stuff, and I'm like, is it gonna be that though? I was like, I hope not.
Don't say it.
I'm not.
But it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying the music.
Yeah.
Music's very good.
The score is really good.
Yes, by Trent Reznor and Atticus
Yeah.
Ross. So the music is really, really good.
Really good.
Of course, this
90% in the first episode.
Yeah. Well, but you even hear it in the first one. Like when she goes to dress up for the first time,
Yeah, it was
I'm like, wait a minute, like because I'd forgotten I had read it like before, and just during I was like, oh my god, wait, and I looked it up. I was like, yeah, like you could totally tell, man, that's his style or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I love the music, obviously the look of it, like again the cinematic quality of just the stuff that's happening or
the
whatever.
lore.
Dude, that Tulsa massacre that it opens up on, I had
like a
no
real
idea.
event.
No idea that actually happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was looking that stuff up. I was
Yeah.
like, what happened? You know, just
Yeah.
I went down a Wikipedia hole for a little bit, just reading up stuff or whatever. So that was pretty
So
interesting.
I figured this was like an alternate timeline stemming from like that point, right?
Oh yeah, well I mean, yes,
Because
but
it's like an alternate Earth.
well, it's
right?
already
And then
it's already
Dr.
an
Manhattan.
alternate timeline, right? Like Nixon served like multiple terms
Yeah.
and all that kind of shit.
Because it's following the comic, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
So-
we got squiddies.
Yes, we got squeakies, which I was like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Dude.
Why?
Okay, so like I said, just first episode, but like how they even have like the fucking cleaning squiddy thing,
Mm-hmm.
where it's
Yeah.
like cleaning the streets and shit. I was like, God, that's so fucking awesome.
Like it's got the logo on it. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
this is a thing that happens. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's weird. So yeah, man, I've been liking so far what I've seen and
Really
watching.
good. Yeah. That was good. Rick and Morty was good. Go jump back in that world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid going back into Rick and Morty. I'm like, man, it's so good. Like, I think I'm gonna mess it up or like I'm gonna get tired of it.
Yeah,
But no, it's still
No,
good.
it's
Still,
still good.
fun.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. So
I feel like that show is like Dan Harmon without like any kind of shackles, because when he was working on Community for NBC back in the day, that show that we said was on the bubble. Like it was always like
think a lot
could
of
get
it
rid of
has
it, maybe not.
To do with Roland stuff too.
No, him too. I mean, both of them together, right? That's what
Yeah.
makes it so great. The thing is, who's stopping them? No one but themselves. You know what I mean? Like their
free
stuff they
reign.
put on there is out there. It's hilarious, but I just feel like you can't get away with that kind of stuff in like in a live action format. And that's what I mean is like you like your shackles are just almost endless. Like you can do whatever the hell you want. It's animation, right? And it's just like it's them going nuts with it. And I feel like that's why that stuff always comes out real great because they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I'll watch the first episode. I haven't checked it out yet, but
Yes.
that's definitely on my list of things to see. But Caleb, I know something else you've also been watching.
What have I else been watching?
You've also been watching The Mandalorian.
I have.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have.
We've both been watching The Mandalorian. This guy, too, has been watching The
This guy,
Mandalorian.
too.
I have.
Yeah, you have.
He has.
I love Star Wars.
It's great.
I love Star Wars.
What are y'all's first impressions of these first 2 episodes that have released?
Dude, I'm fucking ecstatic, dude. Like, it's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
I'm just one thing. I don't know. You go.
I love it so far.
Mhm.
It's really good. I don't know if it's just because it looks so clear. Also the cinematography, but I like this looks so beautiful.
It does.
All the shots look so great.
Really good shots.
And it's like really crisp picture. I don't know what they're using.
Almost like right away even, right? Like, I don't know. I feel sometimes some shows, like the first, even like the intro, like it's kind of taking a while to like load or something. I don't know, but these, I don't know, they load for me pretty fast.
Yeah. Even here, where my shit's usually slow.
Yeah.
When I had paused and just like unpaused right away, it was really crisp and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No lag. No like. I don't know if it's their servers that are really fucking great, but
I know they were getting hit hard, obviously, right? A lot of people are like, I can't get in or whatever. And like, sure, I had some issues, but I
haven't
just
had any fucking.
yeah,
I had a couple issues here and there, but
nothing
wasn't-
major.
yeah.
Not like you couldn't watch something that you wanted to watch. It was more
Yeah.
like, oh, this gave me a weird error. Let me go back and like, okay, it worked. You know?
yeah.
This show's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really good. Really
Dude.
Star Wars, really original Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Like, okay, gathering thoughts, right? Because I wasn't when we were.
You weren't ready.
But yeah, I mean, some of the shit that I really, really liked was like, you were saying how it feels like old Star Wars,
Yeah.
and some of the stuff that felt like old Star Wars was like the little trash can robot walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I was telling me and Frank were talking, and I was like, the way he's walking, it looks more organic, you know,
Mhm.
and having it just feels like fucking old Star Wars.
Yes.
The little eyeball that pops out with the little fucking
Yeah.
scanning thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Like it's someone on a stick, just
Yeah,
like you know.
just fucking, and then like fucking the puppets, dude, when they were like roasting the little like the little guy.
Oh yes.
You know, like I'm just like, dude, they fucking used puppets, man. Like, that's so fucking old Star Wars, right? You're
Salacious
mixing-
Crumb.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, fucking the scene with the fucking robot man.
IG-11.
Yeah, was it? I mean, that's not IG-11 though, right?
That's IG-11, not IG-88.
You're right.
IG-88's the famous one.
That's
Okay.
right. This
This
one's
is
11.
IG-11. Yeah.
Okay.
With,
that stuff was
Taika Waititi.
yes.
Yes.
I thought that stuff was done great, man.
So good.
It was so good.
So good.
The little shootout and everything.
Shall I just self-destruct now or whatever?
Dude, yeah, like every fucking, and he's like, but he was like real calm about it. He's like, no, it's like, bzz. And it just kept like, bzz.
And he like minor inconvenience.
Yeah, he's just like, I'll just blow up now.
You know what I didn't expect about the show was that it was going to be very like westerny. You know what I mean? Like
Like, they said it, and I was like, that'd be cool if they actually meant it. No,
Yeah.
they mean it.
Yeah,
It's like
it
an
really-
old
yeah,
Western
dude.
show. Like,
it really feels
or
like that.
even then, like those westerns were based off of samurai shows, and it feels like a
Yeah,
good mix
yes.
between a samurai and a Western show.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel it, especially in the Mandalorian theme, the little doom, like
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
it's so
The
good.
music's fucking great.
Music's
Yeah, like-
really
I mean,
good.
just the way they frame the shots with everything in it. Oh, dude.
Yeah, like you see, like at the end credits, you know, what I thought was really cool was they're showing.
Were those stills,
I
or is
don't-
that concept
I think
art?
they're
I
concept
think it's like
art.
concept art,
Right?
or it's
It looked
kind
like,
of
it was like concept art's digitally fucking.
yeah, like this is like,
Yeah.
hey, this art direction wise, this is what we want this scene to look like,
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
stuff. So it was cool because it just, I love that every single episode has its own, its own stuff happening in there,
It's
man.
so fucking good, man.
It's such a good show, man.
Yes,
I
and
like
then the
it.
little Yoda creature.
Yes.
Spoilers, I guess,
Spoilers,
but
yeah.
whatever.
All right.
Fuck.
You already know. You're
You see
put it
Star
in
Wars,
the
you're gonna see
fucking-
Star Wars.
You're watching, yeah. I mean that thing is fucking adorable, man. Like whatever. I was like, oh my god, it's a baby Yoda, right? But then Like by the second episode, you see more of it.
Cliffhanger was fucking great. And
yes.
then
you know everybody's going crazy about that scene or whatever. Like, oh my god, like that's probably what everyone's talking about all week and stuff.
Man. Dude, I just love that we're getting so much fucking Mandalorian lore, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of that, so I didn't look into it because I wanted to know, maybe you guys knew, but like the melting of the art, like that metal that like also became a pauldron and stuff. I mean, did you know anything about that? What does that
I think
to do
it's
with?
it's the currency. It's currency, but it's made out of like precious metal. So that's what the currency is. It's like a pound of like gold, or whatever. Except it's just like a gold bar. Yeah, but it's made out of that material. Yeah, and that's why it's worth that much. Because
she even she mentions a line.
He rejected Imperial credits earlier
because Imperial.
Well, and then that other scene I liked was because he had different credits from different people. So like, here's the calamari credits. He's like, I'll take that one.
Yeah, because the other ones are worth shit.
Yeah.
But then this one, even though it's an Imperial credit, it's made out of that material that his fucking clan lost or needs.
Yeah.
So question, right? He opens a door. There's like these dirty, skinny, almost looking like stormtroopers in armor.
Man,
right? So that's like an Imperial, like they're still holding on to the idea of like the Empire and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
they're like the last remnants of the fucking Empire.
And as he's leaving, that guy is like, "Oh, it's good to see that things are getting back in order," or something like that. Which
good to see that the material, that thing like is going back to in the rightful hands of the Mandalorian.
Okay,
so it belongs to his people.
Okay,
that metal or whatever.
Yeah.
Or some shit. It's tied to his people.
Okay. Because I just wasn't sure there was anything super significant about the pauldron or anything like that. I mean,
no,
I wasn't
think
sure.
It was just like that's what it kind of was his bounty for it or whatever. He got that. Because she even asked him, "Do you have your like, has your sigil been revealed yet?"
Yeah.
And he says,
that's
no.
what I didn't know. I was like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe he goes through some trial or something.
I don't
know. Maybe
Mandalorian lore, dude.
Maybe.
I'm excited.
Yeah. She was mentioning that the excess of the metal or whatever would go to
foundlings,
right? Which I guess is like in their lore probably they're Padawans or something. Orphans, probably. I don't know.
Foundlings. I'm assuming. Okay, so Mandalorian was a race, right? But they would also recruit from like other worlds and shit. They would enslave, right?
No idea.
Are you?
Not super deep into that.
So in the expanded universe, I know that shit's kind of gone with, and they're doing their own thing. But if they're sticking to kind of close to it, then like a foundling would be someone that would be, because I don't think it's one Mandalorian but it's more orphanage, right?
Yeah,
I guess I don't know. You guys know more Star Wars stuff than me.
In the name where it's found, like they found him, found a little ling.
True.
But when the second episode, when he's like shooting the Jawas.
Oh my god, dude! He's just disintegrating those Jawas, or even the guy before them. Just that first
boss, dude. That boss creature. I was like, oh, dude.
That first one just like explodes almost. It's like, oh my god! Like you always see Jawas like, oh, they're always just like little like nuisances or whatever. Yeah. You know, and now you just see them getting.
Dude, I'm glad we got to see some disintegration.
That was cool, man. That was fun.
They talk about it in the other movies, but you never really see it.
Yeah.
And then here, it's like, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I thought that sounded so. I was like just laughing, man. He's just sort of sniping them all as they're trying to run for cover.
They're just jacking hilarious,
shit,
man. Dude.
Yeah, it was so good.
Just in the ghetto.
and back to that, Western stuff. I mean, yeah, it's like. I like that they showed, because his profession is bounty hunting, so I mean it kind of goes to show you like, oh, he went on this thing, but not everything's gonna go according to plan. You know what I mean? Not only did the IJ-11 stuff happen or whatever, but in episode 2 you see like his ship getting stripped. You know, like you park your car and these fuckers are taking your tires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they spend that episode of him trying to get his stuff back or whatever. So I love the moment to moment you're sticking along with him to, like his story, his journey, essentially.
Man, I'm just hoping that he's like upgrading gear all along the way.
When they did the pauldron stuff, I was like, man, it'd be really cool if you eventually see him have.
I mean, second episode, his chest piece is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to replace it.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I like that they're not making him like, oh, he's just this super badass or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
like anyone who's known as a badass or whatever, they're gonna get it done like nothing.
Yeah.
But he's there taking fucking tumbles and falling and getting electrocuted, and
Because he's a Mandalorian, bro.
like he's getting all dirty with the mud and
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, oh man.
Blood.
So that stuff, it's been fun to see or whatever. I've been enjoying watching it, man. I feel like, I mean, shit, if it's coming out once a week and it's kind of staying in everyone's minds and stuff like that. I just feel like it's gonna be one of those shows that's just gonna be like they're gonna have to like do a season 2 or something at some point.
That just happened today.
Right?
John Favreau said season 2 has started.
Yes.
Started filming season 2.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It's good, man.
right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Obviously.
Pedro Pascal, man, just
He did
his,
really
his
good.
little,
Like,
his
really
voice work so
fucking
far.
good.
I
And
mean, I
that's
know
the
it's
thing.
him in there.
I
But
wasn't sure like how he was gonna act. Like I was like, is he gonna talk at all? Is he gonna say like one thing per episode?
Yeah.
But he talks a good amount.
I
and
like that they kept him silent at first.
Yeah.
And then he started talking a little afterwards, and
Yeah.
he gets a lot more talkative as the show goes
yeah,
on.
you get more
And
from him.
it makes sense. Like he's basically talking to he talks when he needs to, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
profession.
yeah. So yeah. Mostly a quiet character, but talks when he needs to.
Yeah. What do you think of that Nick Nolte character?
It's great.
It's
great.
I have spoken.
So good,
Great.
man.
I mean, even me when I saw like, dude, he helped him repair his ship at the end. Like, he's like, what do you have to give him?
He's such
you know?
a good character, man.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
And I
dude.
like the
love
smartness
it.
of it. He's like, hey, like I could use someone like you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pay you. He's like, nah. I'm good.
I got low key excited though. I was like,
Yeah.
is he gonna be like his little engineer guy in the
Yeah.
ship or something like
A
that?
quest.
So cool.
A quest.
Yes, yes. Like it's just he's upgrading his armor. He's like getting companions. I was like, it's like a fucking RPG video game. Like I was so excited, but yeah, I mean, I still
His
it
response
was cool,
was
man.
fucking great, though.
Yeah.
What was your response?
He had said, "I had worked a lifetime.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get break free of
Break
servitude.
free of servitude. Yeah, that's right. I thought so too. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like you know, like you're done with that kind of stuff. You know.
He's retired.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
So excited each week
Yeah, man.
up until Rise of Skywalker.
You know what, Caleb? Have some hope, man. It's J.J. Abrams back at
new
it.
hope.
Maybe he'll do good.
You hope?
Maybe we'll bring it back.
I have hope.
I have hope.
That's about it.
Okay.
Excitement, a little bit.
Yeah.
Hope,
I'm excited.
definitely.
Anyway, just to get to the last of the stuff I've been playing more Apex. Outer Worlds. Speaking of RPG with having your own ship and getting new partners and getting
It's
new
like the
armor
better
and
Fallout.
stuff. Yes, it's the one that's like a better Fallout, essentially.
Better Fallout 76.
Yeah,
Specifically.
yeah. Well, because 76 is more multiplayer or PvP, let's say. But this one, actually they worked on Fallout New Vegas, right? So they did New Vegas, because they were already hard at work on Skyrim at the time. So once Bethesda was done with Fallout 3, this team took over and did New Vegas. Anyway, I mean I've been enjoying my time with it so far. It is like you never played Mass Effect, right?
No.
Okay,
Oh, man,
it's another good game.
man.
So this is kind of like a mix
I
of
heard
like
the last one wasn't that good.
there was some controversies with the way the third one ended, yes. And then they went back and did some other stuff to appease people to kind of fix that ending a little bit.
Well,
But a lot
no,
of
I'm
people
talking
also...
about
Oh,
the
what are you
most
talking about?
recent one, the Andromeda.
Oh, Andromeda. Yeah. No, because here's the thing, is the guy who was behind all the Mass Effects, Casey Hudson, he kind of like retired. He was like done after that third game. He was done, right? And so that whole company, right, BioWare, they had kind of... I mean, EA, they do good things to have money, but at the same time, the stuff they pump out is always controversial, especially lately. Andromeda bombed, Star Wars Battlefront 2 bombed, and Anthem recently also bombed. And it's just like
Super
they're having
bombed.
these super expensive, high risk games that are supposed to be profitable, and they're doing bad.
Yeah.
So much so that even today, actually, they were showing that Anthem is gearing up for an Anthem 2.0 kind of like redo, re-release or redo, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they want to bring everyone back. Like there's a good foundation there. It's just the mechanics or the ideas don't work, right? they need to do something to garner some kind of positive feedback and whatever, get people on their side again, because you can do that. I mean, here's the thing: is nowadays you can come out with a bad video game if you just stay on it and just continue fixing it. You can bring people back, but you have to have the capital to be able to do something like that. Luckily, EA can do that, can help right with that kind of stuff, despite them being in those places in the first place because of EA, because they're constantly pushing out, hey, we need a blockbuster every year. So they just push, they crunch, right? Like the culture there is toxic, right? It's bad. So a lot of people don't like EA for reasons like that, you know. So when they bought out BioWare, who was doing they were doing so good, they were everyone was like excited about the stuff they were coming out with, and then EA buys them out and then starts making different BioWare studios, and this is going to be BioWare Mythic and this is BioWare Redwood or whatever, right? And they start just throwing the name BioWare on it, even though like the core team was just in one studio, like who was bringing you. So now they're saying, this team over here that's making this game, it's by BioWare because we're calling it that, just as an example or whatever. So Casey Hudson, who was the head of, like, he's the one who kind of was the one that penned out a lot of what Mass Effect was. You know, he loved Star Trek and Star Wars, and he wanted to do his own space opera, and he did, and it came out really, really good. He was gone when Andromeda came out, as a matter of fact. He's been in retirement. But after having all of this bad stuff happen, I don't know if they brought him back or what happened, but Casey Hudson is back, and he is now... He tried to do what he could with Anthem. Anthem was already happening. Yeah. You know, so he was a part of that. He was kind of trying to spearhead that stuff and talk about trying to help out that company and you know, what he's bringing, because they almost also promoted him, right, to like president, or I forgot what the hell he was. He was in a much higher rank than he was before. And so now the other news also is that he's working on a new Mass Effect. So Casey Hudson is going to now like garner a new possible trilogy all over again. Shit. Yeah. So I mean, we can probably hopefully get good Mass Effects, but it's barely starting out. It's in its infancy. Yeah. But today it was confirmed that they are working on new Mass Effects. It's just early beginnings, but he's like, you know, he's back again. Yeah. With, you know, a lot of the original leads and stuff like that to kind of bring back Mass Effect.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
That should have been underused.
Yeah.
It should have. I don't know why I didn't write it here, but you know, it's right here though. Anyway, we were talking about Mass Effect because I was saying how in Outer Worlds, much like Mass Effect, long. I know, it was just real like I'm gonna bring it back to you, Caleb.
You did.
Outer Worlds lets you have companions and you kind of form a team.
What kind of companions?
Well, friends, or I mean, what do you mean by what kind? Like species?
I guess.
Well, the first two I have are human.
Okay.
But like in Mass
Effect, male or
female? Male and a female.
Oh. Which one do you prefer?
I literally just got the mail, so okay. I can't say for sure, but we did
experimenting.
We did a video actually that you can probably check out. We did some gameplay.
Yep.
I know.
And we recruited him in that video.
Okay.
So early stuff, he seems pretty funny. So early stuff looks positive with him. I like him. But so far I like the girl Pavarti because she's like an engineer. And in the game, whenever you have a companion, they boost up some of your stats. So I went high engineering stuff because I want to do science and engineering and technical work, because in games, problems pop up that you can fix if your skills are high enough. So if you're putting points into like speech, for example, you have the ability to lie and make them believe it. Or if you find if there's an engineering problem, someone's hurt, if your medical is high enough, you can help them. You know, so the game kind of has you like pick and choose, like, hey, you can't be good at everything. Yeah, but you'll be good at some stuff or whatever, and so I love games like that because it does have a huge like player choice feeling to it. You know, like you affect the game just as much as, you know, the direction that you're supposed to take or whatever, because that game can end up totally completely different from my playthrough to like his playthrough to yours. Yeah, like we can totally have different stories about what happened based on all the stuff that's happening, you know, that the choices you can make with characters and stuff like that. You can actually lose complete quests that like could have been important because you decided to kill a person if you wanted to.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of that open ended. It's not just like, hey, you killed the quest giver, now restart. No, you kill him. That's it. You kill any quest you had with that guy. So they got cool stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. So Outer Worlds. Go check it out. It's pretty good.
On Xbox.
Game Pass. It's on everything.
Oh.
But if you have Game Pass, yeah, you can play it right now. Right now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's one of the cool new ones they brought in.
You know, I was thinking about next year and the new systems, and I might get the new Xbox.
Yeah. Heard it.
Yeah, only because I was playing. We had like a electronic day at school, and one of the boys brought their Xbox. And I was playing Fortnite on it.
Sorry,
I was like,
I'm sorry.
What?
The N64 was Dolphin. The other one was Cube. Continue.
Was it really?
Yes.
Okay.
I was playing Fortnite on the Xbox, their Xbox One, and I was like, man, the controls feel better for some reason. I don't know. It feels smoother on the Xbox for some reason compared to the PlayStation.
Yes, the way the control, like the joysticks, especially.
Yeah, the joysticks and the
and the
trigger.
I definitely feel the Xbox has the better controller.
I think it's a better controller. I kind of like this.
You know what could also maybe fix that, Caleb? Well, it's an expensive fix. Astro, who usually do headsets and stuff, they came out with like a $200 pro kind of like controller for the PS4. It also works with PC though, but that thing feels really fucking good. It feels solid. It feels like if not just as good or better than an Xbox controller. And see, that's always been my gripe with PS4 controllers is I don't know, like the joystick stuff always feels a little floaty, a little bit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel as precise. Yeah, like a little loose.
Yeah.
And that was even worse on PS3. It got better with PS4.
Yeah.
But I still feel like I prefer the Xbox One right now.
Yeah.
That controller, though, it is an expensive way to go.
Definitely not.
But if you want to keep enjoying PS4 and you want a good, solid controller experience, that Astro PS4 controller feels really good. You can go to Best Buy, and they have it there for you to feel. It feels good.
Oh, to feel it? Yeah, I'll feel it.
Yeah, go feel it.
I'll go feel it.
I'll feel it up
Go
all day.
feel it.
I just won't buy it.
I'm not going to buy it.
I'm going to go feel it though.
Go feel
Rather
it,
buy a
Caleb.
Nintendo Switch. Almost there.
Caleb, I want you to play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare with me.
Sure.
Because that's what I've been playing lately.
Wait, I beat it. I played it and beat it.
You what? You played Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Beat it,
I
yeah.
beat it.
How do you have it?
And then turned
you
it
bought
in.
it?
I bought it.
You bought
And
it?
traded it back in.
You bought it.
I bought it and beat it.
Oh my god.
And I'm playing it. I played it with my dad, actually.
Oh my god. I think I'm probably the second to the last level already.
What level is it?
We're about to go storm.
You beat it.
What?
You beat that stage.
No, I know, but he
that
asked where I'm at.
God damn it.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Over your fucking head.
Yeah.
Just go.
Sorry.
Keep going.
I'm trying to think about where I'm at.
Keep going.
Where am I?
I'm trying to remember stuff. We just got Hadir's plans to bomb that facility or something.
Spoilers. I haven't played it yet.
Okay, are you
I'm
going
gonna
to?
do campaign. I heard it was good.
What are you playing on?
Xbox.
Oh, now I know you get
I had to get on Xbox, Caleb, because my kid plays Xbox,
That's
and
fine. Well, I'm not judging you.
no, I know. What I'm saying is a lot of the
I will
stuff
be
like
play with you.
all of like the kids and their friends and the cousins, the nephews, they
play on
all
the Xbox.
play on Xbox. So I have to end up.
I can't play with you.
No, not yet. Anyway, you know what, Caleb?
Not
In
till I get an
the
Xbox.
future, when everything is fucking cross-play, we won't have this problem.
No.
If everything, dude,
We're getting
come
there,
on.
man. We're getting there.
I mean, we're
What do
coming
you
out.
mean?
We're coming out with all new consoles this year. Why haven't they fucking teamed up and said, let's just fucking do it?
PlayStation is not playing ball. They're the only ones that are holding up crossplay. Anyway, so
It's fun.
It sounds like
No,
this.
it's
good.
awesome. Yeah,
This is the first campaign I've liked in a really long time.
same here.
Because I've
That's
played
what I heard. That's why I want to play it.
every single Call of Duty game. I've
Yeah.
played
Wow.
every single one.
Really?
Bought and played every single Call of Duty game.
Wow.
I don't know if that's
So it's
something
stu-
good or
look,
you for a
bad.
Call
Well,
of
here's the
Duty
thing.
player.
Here's the thing. Let me jump into that a little bit.
All right.
I enjoyed the first half of the games.
Yeah.
As I did, right?
Yeah.
And then after a while, I got tired of it. Like, I'm sick of it. But my dad liked them.
Yeah.
So that's why I kept buying it. I'm like, well,
Oh, you gotta
I'll
play with
it.
him, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna play with him and play. Yes, sir.
You said all the Call of Duties. You're talking about the PlayStation 1 ones?
I'm talking about since Call of Duty,
since PlayStation 1. So when you're talking about
Call
the
of
first
Duty,
ones, you were talking about the first half.
Yeah,
those were fucking.
Yeah, so I've played every single one.
Even like the
all
Black
that to
Ops
say,
ones and shit.
all of them.
Wow.
So yeah, this is my favorite campaign in a long time.
I agree with you. This campaign is just really, really good.
What was the last
really
good
well
campaign
done, man.
Since you've played them all.
I think, you know what? I think I liked Black Ops 2 a lot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I hear people like Black Ops 2 a lot.
I think Black Ops 2 is the last one I really liked. Because there was Advanced Warfare, there was
Infinite Warfare.
There was still like it was in the future.
It's because
the last
Titanfall did so good. They're like, we gotta go
future stuff.
We gotta go future stuff. They're wall running. We got a wall run. Yeah, they started doing all that shit.
We got slide jump. We got double jumps.
Yeah, and they cut all that out in this game, which I was like, oh cool, we're going back to basics.
Yes, they did. That's why I've enjoyed it more. That's why I think even I jumped back into Fortnite just a little bit.
Well, this one still has a cool slide.
Yeah, the slide. You have to have a slide.
The slide's great.
It's fine.
I like the slide. Double jump stuff.
But yeah, it's fun. Though some of the levels I was like, this might be a little much. Like, I don't know if I needed this.
Yeah.
Like the whole kids. When you're a kid, I'm like,
yeah. Well, because they're trying to.
I get what they're trying to do, but I'm like,
it's been a controversial thing.
Yeah, I'm
already.
like, I don't know if I needed this.
But yeah, they're trying to they're
trying to make another Russian.
They're trying to say something. Yeah, it's kind of like a no Russian, but yes, that one was definitely controversial, mostly because of the whitewashing that they're doing with it. It was something that actually happened, but they're blaming it on the Russians. But it actually, we're the ones who actually did it. But
it's a fictional story.
Yeah, it's a fictional story set in a fictional Middle Eastern country and stuff like that. Whatever. It's a whole thing. They're like, hey, we're just taking we're taking ideas from stuff, but like
which
it's
is
like
what they've always done. They've always taken ideas from either real events or even movies.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you have to when you're doing bureaucracy and political intrigue and all that kind of stuff that's happening around the edges of like. Okay, and all this equals to you got to go kill these people in this house or whatever,
Oh, dude, I love the scenes where it's like the night vision of the house. That's like,
God, yes.
That's so good.
Yes, that's up on our channel already, guys. So go take a look at that one.
I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, I should go. That's the level. That's the one level we went to go. Well,
cool.
Technically, it happens in 2 or 3 levels,
yes.
but I showed them in one.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's good.
Fun.
It was fucking
really
great,
good, man. It was
great,
really good.
But the multiplayer is good too.
Yes,
I've been
enjoying the multiplayer. What level are you? I don't know.
I was
I'm Prestige 3 already.
Last I checked, I was like level 15. But
what's your favorite mode?
I don't know, because here's the thing: some of the modes the ones that run too long, I can't do.
Like Ground War.
Yeah, Ground War's fun. I like it because it's big and open.
Yeah. What's your favorite weapon?
I mean, Team Deathmatch, obviously classic.
Yeah. Yes, I always like Team Deathmatch.
It's classic, so you can't go wrong with that. The 2v2 I haven't done only because I don't want to talk to strangers.
Yeah. Then you have to
I have to be like,
you go left,
on,
I'm
man.
going right.
Communicate.
Come on,
I'm going
I
middle.
don't want to talk to the strangers and they screw up or I screw up. Like, oh, sorry,
Hey, fuck you, man.
Exactly. I don't want to do that. I don't want to
I do what I want, okay?
Exactly. I don't want to be that scenario.
With the 2, Grandpa.
Just go left, kid. Cover me.
I think that's why there's no pinging option like there is in Apex, which I've really loved that pinging. Like in Apex, you can only say, "Hey, I'm gonna go cover this area. I'm gonna go switch and I'm gonna go look for weapons." You don't have to say anything. You just ping and hold, and you do a radio menu. I'm gonna go check over here. There's just easy way to communicate without actually having to be on there and like talk to someone or whatever. So I find myself missing the fucking pinging system from Apex as I play Modern Warfare.
Give me more antisocial tools in my social games.
Please,
Thank you.
Yes.
Make it easier for me.
Yes.
And we'll all be happier for it.
Yeah. I'll buy more of your games.
Yeah. And we'll buy more of your games.
It's true.
If you're making more of those for us to play.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we're going to close it out here.
Definitely.
You got nothing else to talk about? That's it, guys. That's the end of the show. Stay tuned for all of our...
All right.
What was that? We're going to say something?
You're like, hey, we got anyone else to say? I was like, oh, yeah, I finished reading my book. I started on the 5th book now. And but no, let's close it out.
I'm trying to take us home, Rick.
Shadow Rising was great. You should read it.
Wheel of Time, right?
Yeah.
Wheel of Time. Go.
13 books.
Go read it.
Started
read-
Fires of Heaven.
Fall asleep while you read it. I'm just kidding.
All
Dude,
13 books.
It's really good.
No, I hear it's good, man. I'll check it out.
When the
someday.
series comes out,
It's too many
you just
books.
watch it.
Yeah, too many
It's gonna
books.
be great.
Oh, yeah, there's series.
Yeah, Amazon's picking it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's too many books, though.
Amazon money, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
You know what? It's also going to be great.
Lord of the Rings.
You guys, when you keep
that's
checking
it.
out our
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
giving
Check
us
it out.
views and likes,
Yeah.
keep checking out our stuff.
Check us
I know
out.
it's not coming out weekly, but we're going to try to do it weekly.
That's right.
Try to do
Give us
weekly.
likes,
More-
subscribe, all of it. Do it all. Send me
We'll see you
pennies.
guys next time.
Next time.
We have spoken.
Hey, we have spoken.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
Rich
Rick,
gets-
what'd you think of The Mandalorian?
Oh man, so cool.
Anything else?
So cool. No man, just so cool.
Oh.
Well, you all already said everything. Hey Frank, what'd you think of Mandalorian?
I thought it was great, Rick. I thought it was great. It was amazing, and it had great cinematography, and the score was great, and yeah, it was great.
Cool.
I hate you so much right now.